Sunny skies on this beautiful afternoon in Berkeley, but a storm is about to rage in the tank at Speaker Aquatics Complex as we get ready for the biggest men's water polo game of the season so far. Number 1 UCLA, number 2 Cal, now on Pac-12 Networks. Welcome poolside, folks. Kevin Dano alongside USA Women's Water Polo head coach Adam Krikorian. And coach, it doesn't get any better than this. You have number 1, you have number 2. Anything can happen, but one thing's for sure, it's going to be a whole lot of fun to watch.
There's no doubt, Kevin. I mean, the NC2A championships are right here in this pool, December 3rd and 4th. I wouldn't be surprised with the talent in the pool today that these two teams face each other again in that national championship game.
What can you say about UCLA? They've won an NCAA record 53 straight games, back-to-back national champions, and they're led in the goal department by Patrick Fellner, a NorCal guy.
A NorCal guy is exactly right. Born here in Berkeley, went to the same high school as Cal head coach Kirk Everest. 3 uncles who played for Cal water polo, but he's a Bruin, and he's got an incredible arm, one of the best arms, best outside shooters in the country, and you see here in these power play situations will be so key for UCLA today.
Cal has a returning Olympian on the roster in Luca Capito. He was born in Italy, played for Team USA, and he's a real superstar.
He is, in my opinion, when he's playing with the energy he should play with, he is the most talented player and the biggest offensive spark in the country. He can score along with his teammate Johnny Hooper. He can score on the counterattack, he can score on the perimeter, create so many offensive opportunities for him. UCLA has their hands full trying to defend him.
Cal is the last team to stay within a goal of UCLA. Will this be the time the Golden Bears crack the Bruin code? We'll begin to find out with the opening sprint after this. Back here at Speaker Aquatics Complex on the campus of Cal, let's take a look at the State Farm starting lineup for UCLA. Patrick Fellner, their leading goal scorer, but don't forget about Max Irving, a great perimeter shooter, and Garrett Danner, the Catino Award winner in cage for the Bruins. And here's a look at their head coach, Adam Wright, in his 8th season. Just picked up win number 200 when UCLA won their 52nd straight game to break the NCAA record. He's a back-to-back national champion head coach. And for the Golden Bears, it looks like this, the 7 in the pool for the Golden Bears. Johnny Hooper's the leading goal scorer in the conference with 46. That's more than 3 goals per game, but he was ejected in the first quarter for the remainder of the game when these teams played in September. And there's Kirk Everest, the head coach of the Golden Bears. More than 300 wins and a 2-time national champion head coach back in 2006 and 2007. Wonderful crowd on hand here, Adam. Great atmosphere at Speaker Aquatics Complex.
No doubt, just a beautiful setting here. We even have the cheerleaders from Cal in attendance. You know it's a big game when you got the cheerleaders here. It's a lot of energy in the building. I think one of the keys here from the start is going to be how these players and how these teams handled it, that energy. Do they use it to their advantage, or does it force them to make mistakes and be in a hurry a little bit too much? Something to keep an eye on.
We're going to have a neutral throw off the sprint. It's going to be between Ryder Roberts and Johnny Hooper, the sprinters, and it's going to be controlled by Patrick Fellner of UCLA. So the Bruins get the opening possession. If you're new to water polo, 4 8-minute quarters, 30-second shot clock. Kevin Dano alongside Adam Krikorian. Our officials, Joe Pila and Alex Stankiewicz. Under 10 to shoot for UCLA. Off for Irving. He has a look, and it's field blocked out of play by Pedro Stilett.
And Irving, as you mentioned, Kevin, in the opening, Irving, a great outside shooter. One of the keys to a defense is getting those shot blocks. If the defense shot blocks it out of bounds, then it's a turnover to the other team.
Skip shot off the bar for Johnny Hooper. A very good counter-attacking player in Hooper, and a guy that Kirk Everest describes as a calculated risk taker.
That's a good way to explain him. He can certainly create a lot of offense. It's a very talented kid. He needs to be in the game for them to do well. Last time they played, he was ejected from the game in the first quarter. Certainly a big loss for Cal.
Irving with 5 to shoot, puts it past Lazar Andrick, and the Bruins draw first blood.
And again, that's Irving there. Cal, just too much space there. I mean, they fall off. They did a nice job defensively in that first possession of pressing and then falling back in the zone. They really just were forced to fall back in the zone immediately, which left Irving wide open. Center cage. It's really one of the best places to shoot from, and you can't let a shooter like that, can't give him too much time.
24th goal of the season for Max Irving. Coach, how much of that is a result of Gordon Marshall at 2 meters, one of the best centers in the college game?
I mean, a lot of it. He's a beast down there below. He does a great job of holding position. I think he's 6'7". He creates those opportunities, just like in basketball. A great center will force the defense back in the zone, and it creates openings for the shooters in the perimeter.
UCLA gets the defensive stop. Now here's Ryder Roberts, arguably the best lefty in college water polo.
Yeah, I would think so. He's a phenomenal player. Obviously has been one of the leaders on this team to the last 2 national championships.
Warren Snyder from about 5 meters goes bar out, and Lazar Andrick will take over for the Golden Bears. Good outlet passer from Cage, and here's Vasily Savaras, Athens, Greece native. Common foul. Capito loves to shoot from here. Field blocked down by Fellner.
And that's big for UCLA. I mean, Capito's going to get his opportunities like that. And for those who aren't familiar with the sport of water polo, if you're fouled outside of that 5 meter, those see some yellow markers. If you're fouled outside of that, you can shoot as long as it's immediate. And that's exactly what Capito did. But a nice shot blocked by Fellner.
That's good scouting report defense from UCLA, because Capito loves to shoot on that immediate foul and is very dangerous in doing so. Snyder faking. 2 hands in front of him, and a nice stop by Lazar Andrick covering far side.
I think really great patience by Snyder there, but an even better block by Andrick. Something that's going to be very important for Cal is their goal play, and Andrick's got to be good today in order to stop this offensively explosive Bruin team.
Inside, down low, an exclusion earned by Luca Capito. It's going to be a 6-on-5 for Cal as Ryder Roberts picks up his first personal. Water polo, 3 personal fouls, and you're out of the game. Hooper fakes. Capito looking around. Johnny tries to go cross cage and skips it wide.
Yeah, probably just not the right shot there. I think he had it early, and then he got the defense jumping, but by the time he went for a shot, I think they were back, reset in position, and I would imagine Coach Everest would want and just a couple more extra passes there.
6-on-5, such a key part of the game as the shot goes high and set for Gordon Marshall. When these teams played last month, UCLA 5 for 8 on the 6-on-5, Cal just 3 for 11, and the Golden Bears lost by 3.
Exactly. In any water polo game, the first stat you always look at is those power play opportunities.
Nice save by Danner, and Pedro Stilett trying to push it past Danner, unable to do so.
Oh, great save by Danner. And Stilett, it's on the doorstep there. He just loses the handle of it. Really, typically a pretty easy putback. Stilett wishes he had that one again.
Coming up on the midpoint of the first quarter. 1 goal in this game by Max Irving. Newman to Savaras, lost the handle. Shot clock did reset on the corner throw, and there's Danner coming out of his house to get the steal.
And certainly something to keep an eye on. Both Danner and Andrick do a really nice job of coming out of the goal. Maybe sometimes too aggressive.
Fellner, the leading goal scorer, gives it off to Warren Snyder. Good look inside for Marshall as he had inside water, but ripped away from behind by Capito and taken away by Lazar Andrick.
Oh, and I think a nice job by Fuentes down there to release and get the ball into Marshall. Marshall, just like Stilett there, just lost the handle of the ball. I think a good no call by the official.
Contra foul on Cal. Mentioned Joey Fuentes. He leads the team in assists. Senior from Lake Forest, 5th-year man.
Yeah, good story. Wasn't on the team last year, I believe, and asked to come back and be a part of it, and obviously is now seeing some good playing time.
Taken away and set, but a foul is called on Cal. Just a common foul, nobody excluded. Snyder with 10 to shoot. Off for Irving, has a lane.